Hey guys, I'm Pixel Dan, and this is a review of the Masters of the Universe Classics Glimmer. Adora's best friend and core Great Rebellion member finally gets an entry in the Masters Classics toy line. As you can see, Glimmer comes in the standard Masters of the Universe Classics blister card packaging, fully showcasing the figure within. The back shows off a selection of other figures in the line, as well as gives us a brand new bio for Glimmer. Out of the packaging, I must say, Glimmer is quite the beautiful action figure. Mattel opted to go with her Filmation design over that of the vintage action figure, which fits right in with most of the decisions made in this line so far, and definitely the right course to take, in my opinion. She looks as if she jumped right out of the Princess of Power cartoon series, featuring her light blue and purple color scheme on her outfit. The paint deco is really crisp and clean. The paintwork has areas that feature a nice shimmer, such as her shoulders, her belt, and especially her blue leggings. Glimmer is another character who wore more of a leotard outfit in the cartoon, but translated into Classics form, she has a skirt piece. Now the skirt piece is rounded a bit at the bottom and is slimmer, so it doesn't look as bulky as some of the past female figures like Adora. Then we come to that head sculpt, which is absolutely gorgeous. The Horseman nailed her look, with a beautiful face that is framed by her purple tiara and bright pink hair. While I've said this with a lot of the recent female figures, it still holds true. This is one of the best female faces the Horsemen have sculpted yet. Alright, let's take a look at Glimmer. Now, very simple stuff here. The articulation and everything is pretty much exactly what we've come to expect from a lot of the females in this line. Head's able to turn left and right, and it's really nice because even though she's got the long hair there, it's not really hindering the articulation, moving it left and right. It is, however, going to hinder it moving up and down, so you're not going to be able to get her looking up or anything, because the hair does hit her back. But, like I said, very common for this particular line with all the females. Shoulders can move all the way up, forwards and backwards. You got your swivels at the bicep, your standard joint at the elbows there. You got your swivels at the wrist, and she's also got the one open hand on the left hand, which is actually made of a nicer, harder plastic, so it's not the real gummy kind. And it's open. Love the little painted fingernails on there. Very cool touch. She's got the swivel at the waist there, can turn left and right. Of course, the bodysuit is attached to the figure permanently, so you can't remove it. The legs can move outwards at the thighs, forwards and backwards, very nice. Get a good sitting pose, get a good straddling pose for Swift Wind if you want to put her on there. She does have kind of the skirt loincloth piece, and it is flexible there, so it doesn't hinder the articulation. You got these swivels at the thighs, the standard joints at the knees, no boot cut articulation, so there's no swivels at the calves. And then she does have the ankles that can move forwards and backwards, and she has the rockers on there, so you can actually bend the feet from side to side, so that's going to be really good for some poses there. And the ankles do seem to be nice and tight. They're not overly loose on this figure, so she doesn't have any problem standing. Glimmer includes two accessories. First up, as an homage to her vintage action figure, she includes this purple staff that features a nice shimmery purple paint deco and a bright yellow gem in the center of the flower design at the top. The staff is nice and sturdy with just the right amount of flexibility to it, and she can hold it perfectly in her right hand. Her second accessory is this neat little crystal clear orb. Her left hand is molded wide open, and the orb sits perfectly in the palm of her hand, which makes for a cool little display piece for the guide who lights the way. Alright guys, it's comparison time. Here's a look at Classics Glimmer standing alongside her vintage counterpart. There is quite the design difference between the vintage toy and the Filmation cartoon look, as you can see. Glimmer is one of those core characters who have been missing from our Great Rebellion display for far too long. Even though it took what seems like forever to get her, I'm so happy with the final results. I love the Filmation look, And personally, I was always one who never liked how the vintage toy didn't match her cartoon appearance, so it's great to finally have this version on the toy shelf. The sculpt is beautiful, and she features some really nice accessories to boot. And we're really starting to beef up our Great Rebellion display. Glimmer is part of the 2014 Club Eternia subscription and was available in February 2014 on MattyCollector.com. So happy hunting, and until next time.